Hey everyone, while the camera was off, I organized our power.js file with these huge comment headers just to make it easier to kind of see things and visualize. And then I also put together a pretty cool demo where we will build a lightbox pop-up system together using dead simple jQuery, HTML, and some CSS3 magic. And what we'll do is start this lesson off by doing the styles for the pop-up. I might have to break this lesson into groups, might get a little long, but all we're gonna do here is kind of start building out a secret pop-up. And what I wanna do is go all the way down here, and this is gonna be the markup for our pop-up. So I'll just go secret pop-up, background red, position, and I'll show you why I'm doing this. Top 0, left 0, height 100%, width 100%. And we'll do finally z index a bunch of 9s. And now we have this HTML that's kind of covering our entire page. And this is going to be our pop-up that we're going to use. So we need to design and kind of build this out first. To speed this up a little bit, I do have some styles that I'm going to copy and paste over. And so I'm going to replace what I just made with some styles that I have. Just a little bit nicer color. And if you can see this, there's a fade to it. There's a little bit of opacity on the background. And what we need to do now is start adding actual markup to our pop-up. And what I want to do is when you pop up, I'm going to have the markup be perfectly centered. And I'm going to do that using Flexbox. This isn't a Flexbox tutorial or course or anything like that. So I'm probably just going to write it in there. You could probably figure out different ways to center things if you don't want to use Flexbox, but it's totally up to you. And what I'll do is paste this markup in here. We'll get some dummy content. And now we have kind of our pop-up. It's not quite centered yet. So let's mess with this div guts wrap and guts and do some Flexbox magic so that it will be perfectly centered. So guts wrap will position absolute this thing and make it 100% height, 100% width. And then I'm going to add this Flexbox code. This is not going to be prefixed. So if you're not using the latest version of Chrome, I make no promises that this will work. And then for our guts, which was the inner markup. So let's go back here. We had a wrap and then guts, and then we're using Flexbox to perfectly center every time the guts, the inner guts thing. And you can call that inner or something else if you want. But I like doing this because now responsive, we have, it works. If we go like this, it's always centered. So regardless of screen size, the user is going to get a nice, perfectly centered message. And I think the only thing that's kind of driving me crazy right now is that the H4 has some top margin, and I just want to get rid of it because there was a little bit of an offset. All right, well, let's do our next step now that we have like our pop-up working here, which is we need to hide the pop-up. So I'm going to display none it, and I want to say secret pop-up when show me is added to it, we'll say display block. This way, right now it's off, and we'll use jQuery to do something like this. Show me, and it's shown, and it's not shown, and it's shown, and that's kind of where this pop-up is going to work. You can see we're not doing anything complex at all. We could put whatever we want in here as part of our pop-up. If you didn't want it to be centered, or you didn't want it to kind of have that 50% or that 700 pixels max width that I set on here, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can design this however you want. Just know all we're doing, we're just toggling on a full screen thing that's 100% height, width, position fix. So it's forcefully covering everything. And then we're going to toggle it off. So pretty easy. Nothing out of the ordinary here. Let's go to our, oh, not there. Let's go to our container here where we have, or our hero, and underneath toggle nav. I'm going to use a BR tag. Don't get mad at me too much. But what I want to do is I want to create a class called, and what did I call this in my notes here? I want to call this secret pop-up link. And we'll say secret pop-up link, hit refresh. Let's add some nice styles to it through the skeleton.js framework. And now we have this nice link here. And so when you click secret pop-up link, all we're going to do is toggle that hidden pop-up, and it should show. And we're going to expand on this because that's going to be really easy, maybe a little bit too easy. So let's do secret pop-up link on click. Nice little function. We'll say return false because we're going to kill the default. We want to stop the default behavior. And then what we'll do is we'll say secret pop-up, add class, show me. Let's just get this working and make sure we know what we're doing. So it works. We can do a pop-up. We'll need to do like a close button, but for the most part, this is working. Let's add that close button by doing something like this. Remove secret pop-up. And this is just going to be another click event. And what we'll do here is also return false. We'll kill the default behavior. And we'll just say, for this, secret pop-up, remove class. Nothing complex yet. Refresh, it's on. And now we need a link for removing it. So let's go down to here. And what we'll do is just do this real fast. Class equals remove secret pop-up. And we'll just make this nice with a close icon through font awesome. Refresh. Hopefully I click that, it works. It does. Everything's nice. And actually I want to add that margin back now on that H4 so we get some space. That's pretty cool. We just created a pop-up system. We didn't even do anything complex at all. Just leverage some knowledge of HTML, CSS, and a little bit of jQuery for class toggling. Now I want to make this, though, more complex. So what I'll do in the next lesson, since it's already been 7 minutes on time, I'll go in and try to show you how we can make this dynamic where you're not limited to just this single pop-up. What if we wanted to have 5 different pop-ups on the page? I'll show you how to do that.